Emily stood in the hospital lobby, tears streaming down her face. She couldn't understand why she was crying, but deep down, she felt a hole in her heart. Suddenly, the door creaked open. An old German shepherd, his coat graying with age, limped into the room. His amber eyes locked onto hers. Maximus, her father's old canine. He had never forgotten. The dog slowly approached, nuzzling her hand, his presence comforting yet haunting. Emily froze. Why was he here? What did he know that she didn't? Maximus turned his head, his eyes glinting as if he understood something she couldn't. The story behind this reunion was more than just a dog. Something had happened. Something deep. And only Maximus knew the truth. She never understood why she cried that day, but somehow, she knew it was more than just a feeling of loss. Emily stood in the hospital lobby, her small body trembling as she stared at the empty hallway. Her father, Sergeant Michael Harris, had been distant for weeks now, lost in his memories of war, and she couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. The waiting room was silent, save for the faint ticking of a clock on the wall. The sound of her breathing felt too loud, too heavy. She wiped her eyes, trying to ignore the growing lump in her throat. The door suddenly creaked open, pulling her attention toward the hallway. Her breath caught in her chest. The moment she saw the familiar, yet aged, face in the doorway, her heart skipped a beat. There, standing in the entrance, was Maximus, her father's old canine. His fur had grown thin, gray streaks marking the passage of time, but those amber eyes, those eyes that had once gazed at her with loyalty and love, were the same. The air seemed to still. Time slowed. Maximus limped forward, each step a reminder of his long service, of the years spent fighting beside her father. But there was something in his gaze now, something different. He wasn't just a dog. He was the living memory of everything her father had fought for. Emily's hands shook as she slowly reached out. Maximus stopped right in front of her, lowering his head in a silent gesture of trust. His body trembled with age, but his presence filled the room. He had returned. She didn't know how or why, but he had. Come back. The air in the room felt thick, heavy with memories, with unspoken truths. Maximus let out a low whine and nudged her hand, his body pressing against her as if urging her to understand. And then it hit her. She was not just crying for her father's absence or his pain. She was crying for what had been lost, for the years that had passed without her realizing the depth of the bond between them. Maximus had been there all along, in the background of her memories, in the silence of her childhood, and now he had come back. But why? What was it that had brought him here? The dog had lived through things that no one should ever experience, yet he had returned to her when she needed him most. As she bent down, stroking his old, weathered fur, a single thought crossed her mind. Maximus knew something her father had never shared. And now, the time had come for those secrets to be uncovered.